Alright, hello everyone, I'm Liam Madden, and for my global challenge, I decided to go to the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library Museum located in Atlanta, Georgia. So, the Jimmy Carter Library Museum were founded on October 1st, 1986. The site chosen is located in Atlanta's Ponce Highland neighborhood and was the same site that General Sherman used as his headquarters in the Battle of Atlanta during the American Civil War. The modern site is 35 acres large in total, and it's surrounded by forests and parks. So let's start by talking about the exterior. The first thing I noticed is how the area surrounding the library and museum gives a fantastic view of the distant Atlanta skyline. Then, once you park, you can walk to either the library or the museum. Unfortunately, I did not have a reservation to use the library, so I spent my time at the museum instead. While walking there, I passed the statue of Jimmy Carter's head, and I also passed by a nice fountain surrounded by nicely kept grass. Before I talk about the walkthrough portion of the museum and share with you everything I learned about Jimmy Carter, here are some other things I saw inside the museum. First, at the counter they sell presidential library passports, which you can get signed at each presidential library you visit throughout the United States. In addition, if you visit all 16 presidential libraries, then you can receive a token of appreciation. Here it is. If we go to page 22, you get a little stamp, and then you write the date you were there. And yeah, every single presidential library has one, so. And then the second thing you pass through is a theater. It shows a looping movie about the life of Jimmy Carter. Okay, so the part you guys probably want to hear about most, the walkthrough portion of the museum filled with facts about Jimmy Carter's life, career, and family. So Jimmy Carter was born in 1924 on a farm in Plains, Georgia. He grew up as a Baptist, and his house had no electricity or running water until his teenage years. In 1943, at the age of 19, he joined the Navy and became a naval officer working aboard nuclear submarines. After the exhibits regarding his early life, I passed by this list of Jimmy Carter's achievements. Some of the highlights include how he established the Department of Energy, returned all hostages from Iran safely back to home, helped negotiate the Camp David Accords, ushering an era of peace between Israel and Egypt, and starting the Mental Health Commission report, and passing legislation to control toxic substances. And the last thing I want to talk about is this. It is a full-scale replica of the Oval Office. And what's cool about the Oval Office is each president can decorate it slightly differently in any way they want, and they had this set up exactly how Jimmy Carter did. And so yeah, by the end of the experience, I had no idea how interesting the museum would be. I originally wanted to go because I was in the area. I knew I could use it as a global challenge. Jimmy Carter's death was front page news at the time I went, and also I've always been interested in going to one of the presidential libraries. But after leaving, I can happily say that I look forward to visiting more presidential libraries in the future. Thank you guys for listening. Does anybody have any questions?